Hello, people. Just give me 2 minutes. Hello, people. Can you hear me, guys?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. I can,
Hello, people. How are you? I hope you're all good. Today, I'm with Abdullah and Nick Blue. We're going to talk about the last game Chelsea played against Udinese. The Friday game and the Saturday game. Also, we're going to talk about a little bit about Gaga Slonina, the boy that Chelsea are about to sign. So also big up to Coachella in the chat, and make sure people hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I hope you're all good. But again, Abdullah, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, good morning from Nigeria. Yeah, uh, to be to be honest, I'm fine. I'm great to be here. Sorry, Tobago. My name is Magnificent Ade, not Abdullah. I'm sorry. Uh,
Okay,
uh,
sorry.
it's great to be on the show. First time on the show. I'm happy. I want to talk about Chelsea, and I want to talk about Chelsea with true Chelsea fans. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then Nick Bilu, how are you?
yeah, I'm fine, Tobago. Yeah, always pleased to be on your channel. Yeah, fine way to um yeah, so let's start the show.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Did you guys watch those both games?
Yeah, I watched both. I watched the full night first one and the second one I watched mostly the second half, but some of the first half. Yeah. And for
Okay,
Yeah,
me,
and
sure.
yeah.
you can go ahead.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
yeah, sure.
want to say uh, sorry. Just want to say big up to coach Chelsea perspective, we had our differences, but he's still my friend. We go far too back to have quarrels. I want to get him on my soon as well. Hopefully soon, Adi. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So
Tobago, I saw the match. Even though I wasn't able to watch the full match, I
ag-
was at work. I saw the highlights. You guys are beginning to look really back in shape in the second game. I think we should give them a couple of matches, and everything will come good for us. Hopefully. All right.
okay, but your mic is shaky. I don't know what is happening. Nick, did you
Uh,
hear me?
um. So
Hear me him clearly?
I can hear you clear, but when I is speaking, I hear crackling up. I don't know if it's my connection or his. I don't know.
Yes,
oh oh
yes. I
oh.
think it's his connection.
Yeah, it's
I'm
connected.
gonna
I don't know why.
I'm gonna I'm gonna check on that. Is it still sleeping?
Yeah, it's crackling. We can hear you, but there's I don't know, like a crackling noise when you speak.
All right. Probably let me use the normal. Is it better now? Is it better now?
A
Yeah,
little,
yeah. It's better now.
it's a little bit
All right,
better.
all
Yeah.
right, all right,
Okay,
all right.
okay, guys. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's talk about the games we played, and then I'll start with Nick, and then again I'll give my other panelists a chance. So with you, Nick, from the first game, we're going to talk about the first game first, and then we're going to talk about the second game after. So in the
Yeah.
first game, what are your positive things, and also what about your negative things? Where do you think the
Yeah.
team need to improve? Also, what is our negative?
Yeah. Well, let me start off. The game started. Before the game, I was saying on my space. I'm sure Chelsea come out with a different attitude because, Arsenal are slaughtering, players really happy with themselves. They know they're better than that, and they showed it. I knew that would happen. We always react after a bad defeat. All right, it's a friendly, but we showed a different character, with passion. When we came out, we were different. I liked, him, him not like you when he's but when you play Pochettino up front, he's like Fabregas. For me, I always liked Jorginho. I back him, and he's a great player. But play him more forward, and we did, and it worked. We had so many chances. We could have had 4, 5, 6 goals in that game. But Havertz, the down part for me was Havertz. Everyone else was really good. Sterling was good. He had a couple of chances he could have scored before the goal he scored, which was a rebound. But I like the way he plays. He's proving me wrong. Because I didn't fancy Sterling from the start. You know that. But for me, yeah, everyone was good really. Koulibaly is something else. He's a special player for us. And for me, Koulibaly was amazing. That's why I wanted him to replace Rudiger because he does Rudiger, and I think he's one step ahead of Rudiger. He can defend, he can run, pass, and the right pass. Yeah, and Thiago, they have game, and so yeah. And Havertz, Havertz. I love Havertz, but he has to get that finishing sorted out. He's not finishing for me. That's the problem. Yeah, that's what I want to say. The second game we played good. We had all the ball, all possession. Broja, I can't blame him. He missed a few chances, but I don't blame him because that's his game. First two games, for an injury as well. So I can't blame Broja much. Everyone else, I think they done well. But they done really well considering that was our second team. So I think the first game we played, that's going to be more like the team we play Everton. That's going to be the lineup, I'm sure. Yeah, go on. Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Before Abdullah, Magnificent, before you talk, I'd like to welcome Taski. How are you, guys? How are you, man?
Hey, I'm blessed, mate. I'm blessed. Hey everybody. How's everybody
Okay,
doing?
thank you. We're all good, man. Thanks for coming in. Before
Sure, man.
you can talk, Magnificent, what about you? How do you?
Uh,
What is your thought about the first game?
oh, all right. Can you hear me clearly now? Like, am I audible?
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
But again, it's okay if you don't show your camera. As long as you can talk, I'll
Yeah, sure.
appreciate that.
Sure. If I'm good, then let me go straight to the point. Um, for the first match, I knew we were gonna be too shaky and it was gonna be laggy and all that. You know, the players have been out of footballing competition for a while, so for them getting back on the pitch is gonna be a bit difficult. To kind of play the football they missed so much. I didn't expect much from the players. Yeah, I didn't expect them to do much in the first game. In the second game as well, they were getting along so good. Like I've said earlier, give them a couple of more games. I think the team is better than the way we see. People keep complaining we don't have this player, we don't have that player, we don't have this player. But I feel These players have been together. They won the Champions League, the best competition on the planet. Don't just write these players off. They just need one or two people to make sure, they're gonna gel well with the team, which is so positive right now to be frankly saying with you. It is so positive. Um about Boroja, we can see what happened with Alan yesterday. It depends on confidence. Game per game, I believe he's gonna get back confidence. Broja is a top player, a top striker, a big guy there. I would love to see more of Broja, but we have to just be patient. We have to be patient. And Koulibaly was so decent. We couldn't have asked much of Koulibaly. Koulibaly keep giving us that positive vibes. That with Koulibaly, I don't think I'm missing Rudiger in the team. Koulibaly is giving us that extra edge. He's got the pace. He's got the aggressive pattern. That was what I was saying about Koulibaly. He's going to bring a lot to the table this season. Yeah, I think we should believe in the team and we should believe in the coach. We just need to be patient. We need to be patient with the team. I think we're going in a very good direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Tasky, what about you? What is your thought about the game we played against Udinese? You can start about the first game and end about the second game.
Well, that game. Yeah. Well, what can I say? I think Broja is definitely worth to keep. I mean, even though that he didn't perform like we wanted exactly, but I think that I think a lot of us here can agree that he's got a bright future here at the club, and he performed well for Southampton. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? I don't have much to say, but other than I don't think Sterling playing a central role, we can do it like for every game for every other match. I think Sterling playing a central role or as a what do they call it, a false nine, right?
First
Yeah,
nine, yes.
false nine. I think him playing as a false nine role for some matches, I still think uh, we're gonna need him on the wing sometime. Although I was impressed by Hudson Odoi, you know, he was impressive and he has built up his physique. He's much more physical now. You can see his strength on the ball and whatnot and this that. Yeah, I'm very impressed by him because this season before we went into this game with Udinese, I was actually thinking that we should loan him out. But after seeing that one match, I was thinking that wow, maybe this guy, maybe we might just keep him. We might just keep him. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Hudson Odoi and on Sterling as a false nine?
Okay, first I'll answer that, and then I'll let everyone to answer, just to give us their own opinion. With me, with Sterling, I don't think as a first nine he gives us that Sterling role, like taking on players. I love him at the wing because like he can take two or three players so that they can save space for likes of Kai Havertz and Man to score goals for us. So I'd rather use him as a first name, but interchange. Just for example, just use him, and also with Kai Havertz, just make them switch the position to make the opposition like crazy. Because like I don't think it's a wise idea to use him all the time here there. But again, Nick, what is your thought?
Yeah, I agree with you what you said about yeah, Sterling for me. Yeah, I agree with Tobago. I want him on the wing. I see him play better on the wing. He comes in, he can dribble. He can take one or two free plays sometimes and get the ball in the box. And that's where Havertz comes in. Havertz has to improve his finishing. He's carrying on from last season at the moment and he's not doing it. He has to. I trust he will. It just takes that goal. When he gets that first goal, I think he will get going. I love Havertz, and I'm sure he's going to come good. And you said Hassan Odoi. Was it Hassan Odoi? Did you say? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Hassan
Yeah.
Odoi. He still has. He's for me. He he's not the same player he was when he made his Chelsea debut. I'll never forget when he came into the scene, he was unbelievable. We thought he's going to be the new Hazard. He was going to be one of the greatest players in the world. Oh, we fans, that's what we thought, the way he was playing. But, and he was very young. He's still young, He's only 21 now. So he has to improve. Yeah, he's improved his physicality. He's more. He looks more strong now than he did. But he's still got a long way to go for me. I want him to get the chance. I think Tuchel will give him a chance, but he has to take it now, because if he doesn't, I can see him leaving, going on loan or being sold. He has to prove it. He's been here 5 years now, and he has to get goals. He has to make more chances. Yeah, he's done a couple of good things in the friendly. The crosses, one cross particular I remember was immaculate. That's what I want to see, more of that. More, with his head up, not on the ground. When he runs with the ball, his head is always watching. He's watching the grass instead of looking up, to see where everyone is. Once he does that, I'm sure, I like him. I don't want him to go because I rated him so much in the beginning. So yeah, let's hope he gets it right and proves that all the fans who want him out now proves them wrong. That's what I want to see. Yeah.
Okay, and you, magnificent. Can you hear us? Oh man, and again, I'll just wait for him. Hey guys, I wanted to ask you something before we move on. Is it necessary to use natural wingers on the wingback position, or should we use, like, for example, we are using defenders like Rhys James is a right back, but we inverted him as a wing back, and also Chilwell as a right back, as a left back, I mean, and then we inverted him as a left wing back. So the way we play, is it necessary to use natural wingers as a wing backs, or Rhys James and Chilwell are fine there? Because like the Hachinato is a natural winger, but again, he plays so well there. So what is your thoughts, guys?
Well, if I can go first.
Yes.
Well, my thoughts. I think the wing back situation is quite what can I say? It's a little bit complicated in the sense that we've seen both Reece James and Ben Chilwell clearly can play there for the whole season, because running up and down the pitch, this, that, and third, it's not like because I think when you're playing wing back, you're slightly more advanced, right? Your starting position is slightly more advanced, as opposed to when you have a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. You're playing a slightly more advanced level because you wanna be able to bomb forward and support the midfielders in the what you call, you wanna support the midfielders in the middle of the park, right? Because it's a five at the back, right? It's a five at the back. So you need your wing backs to be able to essentially play well as midfielders. And Reece James has experience as a midfielder. And I think it was a position that Ben Chilwell made his own, because I'm sure you guys remember that in the beginning, under the Tuchel regime, Chilwell wasn't playing as good as he did in before he got injured, because Alonso was the preferred wingback. He knew what he had to do. As slow as he was, he had goal threat. He knew the positioning, what the team wanted. He allowed the team to open up other teams. You know what I mean by his wide play. He's very, very intelligent, Marcus Alonso. In fact, I'd like to see him as a striker, if I was the manager. But I digress. I
Yeah.
think um, natural wingers will be needed in a wingback situation because of the injury concerns of Reece James and Ben Chilwell. And if we had a person like Rafinha, You know what I mean? A winger who doesn't hesitate to track back, a winger who also can attack, because naturally they are attacking players. I don't know. I don't think a wingback situation generally is sustainable. You're gonna wanna switch to a back four, you know, because unless you just get two more replacements, another left wing back and another right wing back. That sounds pretty hefty. So for me, I think you're gonna need two more natural wingers, and clearly we don't have that. We only have Hudson Odoi. Ziyech is not that good in that position, but yeah.
Okay, thanks, man. And then Nick Blue, what about you?
Yeah, well, look, we have Chilwell, we have Reece James. You saw the start of last season; they were unbelievable. Because of them too, we were getting goals. Mainly from everywhere, from the defense. We had so many goals, and from them too, scoring goals, and it worked. But once we lost both of them, that's when we couldn't win the league and we went downwards. All right, we finished fourth, but just about finished fourth in the end. I remember we were getting really upset at the later stages of the season because we wasn't playing good. It was boring to watch. But it was. But yeah, I think we have the best. Yeah, we do need cover for them. Alonso, we don't know if he's going to stay, but I like Alonso. He's been a great servant for the club. But I'm not sure if Tuchel wants him to stay either. But yeah, in that position, if Alonso doesn't stay, we need someone else. I think Tuchel's looking at that now. He said we're going to get 2 or 3 players in, probably not for the start of the season, but probably during the season we will get other players in. We need them. We have young players like Cole Will and all that, but he needs another year on loan in the Premiership team to get more, get the Premiership level. So yeah, I think Tuchel is looking at that. That's what he's looking at now. We have Koulibaly with Silva, Chalaba, Ampadu even. I hope Ampadu gets his chance. He was good for me in that friendly. Ampadu is, he can defend and he can play the ball and he can play midfield. I hope he gives him a chance now. And so we have players. I'm not worried too worried. We have great players at the club. We have a squad. Everyone's getting too worried too easily. We need this. We're going to start and we're going to be below Liverpool, below City, and all this. No, you have to be optimistic for the start of the season. We have to go to Everton and win, of course, and follow that with Tottenham at home and win that. But we do have great players at the club, and we have young great players. Another one, Billy Gilmore. I don't know what he's thinking about him because he gave him 15 minutes. In the first game, 15 minutes in the second game. That's not enough. And you see when he was playing, you see Billy Gilmore how quick he is to release the ball. Jorginho can't do what Billy Gilmore does in that position. Billy Gilmore gets the ball really first time he makes a pass. Jorginho will stick to the ball, make a sideways pass if he's playing in the middle. It's a big difference, but for some reason it's too short, which I don't understand one bit. Because the greatest ever players in Chelsea were short.
True.
Petrescu, Dennis Wise, Ian Britton. I can go so many players we had were shorter than Billy Gilmore, but they were great. Yeah, I don't know what Tuchel's thinking. I hope he's thinking the other way, and he will give him a chance. I just hope so because he will go to another club and become a great player. And then Tuchel will be, having headaches every single night. He won't be able to sleep because of Gilmore. Yeah, that's what I want to say for now.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then, Magnificent, are you still there?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me now?
Yes, like Chelsea said something. Did you hear? Do you hear him?
Yeah, yeah. We talked about Austin Odoi and Sterling's position. Um, First, I'll go with Sterling. I think Sterling is preferably position is probably the wing. That's his best position. Using Sterling to play a striker might not necessarily give us the goals when we need them, because it can be marked out. It can be man marked out. But if he's on the flank, that is where his power is. He can he can get us penalties, and he can get fouls in dangerous areas for our attackers to score. I think Sterling's position to me is best from the wing. I wouldn't write off playing him as a striker though, because in some matches we might need to add Sterling to his striking position, just to be able to get more frustration, um, more of him frustrating the defenders. That's a great one though. But to my opinion, my best opinion, Sterling is better at the flank than Roger can play. A striking position for us. That's great. I don't know what's gonna happen with Batshuayi. We might need another striker. That's if Werner decides to leave, because hearing the rumor going out now that Werner is agreeing to take pay cut, to leave the team because he wants to play in the World Cup. So I believe we might luckily get an attacker. I'm not saying we would, but we might. I don't know how it's gonna pan out, but I know Tuchel has got that side cover. And Austin Odoi, to be frank with you, Austin Odoi is not that kind of player. You know, we should still have in our team. He's been given chances several times. His level of inconsistency has been worrisome. As much as I like Austin Odoi, he's a great player, no doubt. I like him so much, but he's not giving us that consistency we need. When other players are worn out, Austin Odoi should be able to come in and to take the upper edge for us. But it's now looking likely like Austin Odoi is just a flash in the past, and I wouldn't want that for him. I think after this coming season, if Austin Odoi doesn't perform as much as we want, we should better cash in on him. He should leave, because we can't keep waiting for Austin Odoi. You know, Austin Odoi coming up every season, and he keeps on being inconsistent. It's just a waste of time to me. I think Austin Odoi is a waste of time to me. I don't know the other discussion you had recently, so I might just talk on it. Alonso, I think it was about Alonso, right? Alonso and Racy James. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear
For
you.
Alonso, I don't believe in playing Alonso as a striker. It doesn't really make sense. Alonso is slow. Alonso doesn't have that energy. He's not that aggressive, but he can get the goals. I believe his best position is still that left back. Alonso can still play left back for us, but whenever he's playing a left back, there should be a cover, just like what Rudiger did last season. Koulibaly should be able to cover enough for Alonso, because Alonso is more of an offensive player than a defensive player. So I don't see a reason why we should put Alonso up front. He might be getting the goals from outside the 18 yard, but what about the 18 yard when it comes across big defenders like Varane, Laporte, these guys, when it comes against these so big defenders, he might not be able to, perform like we want him to perform. I think Alonso, if he wants to leave, I think his time is up at Chelsea. No disrespect, I love the guy. The guy plays good football. He's always showing up when we least expect him. But to be honest, his best position is just that wing back. Then we need cover up for Racy James. It is very important. We saw what happened last season. When James and Chiwe were injured, our team became tattered. We don't want that to happen this season. If these two guys are back in form, I'm sure if there's a cover up for these guys, I'm sure there's nothing stopping us from taking a continental trophy this season. It might just be a cup, but it's still a success from Tuku perspective. And I'm looking at Tuku right now. I know he's cracking his brain to develop what's going to happen in a couple of weeks before the transfer goes off. But I believe in his judgment, and I know he knows what he's doing. I think we the fans needs to be patient a bit, and let's see how things goes up. The transfer doesn't end now. We see how January transfer to go. So we shouldn't lose all hope. And this team we are looking at, this team is good enough. It's good enough to compete with the big guys. But if not winning or achieving what we want, but at least we can still compete with the big guys. I think we need to be patient a bit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. I think with Alonso offers more going forward, but again, defensively, it's not that good enough for us. So I think, from my own perspective, we should move on from him. Is the club able to sell him now? We are not sure, because like right now things are up and down. We're not sure which players we are going to get, which one are going to sell. Just hearing rumors there and there. But again, I want to address something from what coach is saying here, that Batsai will leave, and also Timo Werner might join Leipzig, Newcastle, or Real Madrid. Before that, thanks everyone that came in the chat. And then if you have a question for the panel, ask us anything. We'll answer you that. But again, before I'm moving forward again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then Tasky, what is your thoughts about this rumors Timo Werner might leave us? Tasky, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't hear you that well. Could you repeat what you just said?
Okay, what is your thoughts about Timo Werner linked with Leipzig, Newcastle, or Real Madrid?
You're breaking up. Is it possible to can somebody type for me like what you said in the private chat?
No, read what I'm saying here, like on the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still can't hear.
I mean, we can hear you. I can hear you very clear. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, but you can't hear Tobago. I,
Yeah.
I can hear Tobago. I don't know. It's usually some connection problem usually. Um,
Yeah,
you should try
yeah.
going out and coming back in. Really.
No, I think Tobacco says, what do you think about Werner and Batshuayi leaving Chelsea? What do you think about it?
You said what do you think about what? Could you repeat that?
Werner, what do you think about Werner and Batshuayi leaving Chelsea? What do you think
Oh,
about it?
right, right, right.
Werner has been linked with Lisbeth, Newcastle, or Real Madrid. What do you think about those two?
Oh, right, right, right. Good question. For me, Timo Werner, I think is absolutely essential to Chelsea, and I know he misses a lot of chances. Don't get me wrong. I won't defend his lack of clinical ability in front of goal. He has been dreadful, true, but hear me out. Werner, for me, I would keep him at Chelsea because number one, we play better when Timo Werner is in the team. you know, and the stats prove that we are more attacking and we generally have a better game when Timo Werner is playing. Because I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, Timo Werner, when he plays, teams tend to sit back because they know that there's a speed demon who, at any one point in time, can just blast and sprint. And this man he's really fast. In fact, I think he's faster than Salah. But anyway, I digress. Um, Timo Werner is a professional above all. This man is a professional. He's German. He knows what it means to do work. He hasn't been having the best time in Chelsea, but every time you put him on the pitch, he does the work. He's running, he's pressing, he's doing the absolutely needful. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to lose a player like that, because of the work ethic. When players see a player such as Timo Werner, yes, he's missing chances, but the amount of effort he's putting in, for the team is immense. Guys, look, we had Lukaku. He was an academy kid, right? But look how he has treated the club. He came back. Yes, he had a spat with the manager, but look, he says he loves Inter Milan, this, that, and the third. Come on. Where's the he's not professional at all. I mean, this guy, just because he's not playing the way he wants to play, he doesn't think that he should put in effort. Because if you've seen him at the Arsenal game, where he was straight up bullying defenders, and we didn't see that anymore. I think it was only two matches, Arsenal and Liverpool. After that, boom, Lukaku, he's not happy. He doesn't want to play. But look, Timo Werner, we're not playing according to his strengths, right? We're not playing that counter attacking. We're playing more possession based football. He thrives more on counter attack, right? Timo Werner, where he can use his speed, where he can exploit his speed. But look, the guy, he doesn't fret. The guy, he doesn't give terrible interviews. So I'll definitely keep him at Chelsea, and I don't want him to go anywhere else unless we actually get a replacement first. We get a replacement, and we see how that replacement adjusts to life. I think us at Chelsea, we have one mistake. We sell the old player, and then we buy the replacement, and sometimes the replacement doesn't work out. In the case of Matic and Bakayoko, we sold Matic first, and Bakayoko was terrible. In the case of Diego Costa and Morata, we sold Diego Costa first, and Morata was terrible. I mean, as a club, if we want to win top trophies, if we want to get top things, this strategy, I think we're good in the market, but when it comes to replacing players, we're not so good. You get me? We haven't been so good. So I think the best thing is to hold on to our players, see how the new players adjust. You know what I mean? And then release your old players. As for Batshuayi, listen, this guy, he can go. This guy doesn't deserve a shirt number at Chelsea, because this guy has had many different managers. He's had many different managers, from Conte, from Mourinho, from what do you call, what's it, Sarri, I think, yeah, and abroad. But look, the man, he's a finisher. Yes, he's clinical, but his tactical understanding of the game is what is important, and is what is lacking in Batshuayi. The understanding where he has to be, what he has to do. That's all what is lacking in Batshuayi, and that's all what's lacking in a positional player. How can you get first team football if you don't know what you have to do? Yes, he's clinical. Yes, he can strike, but he's not aware. His positional awareness, his tactical understanding of the game is not up to par, guys. I'm not sure if you guys see it the same way, but this man, I don't think he deserves a shirt number at Chelsea. He can go. But players like Timo Werner, players who have been loyal in the sense that we're not playing according to his strengths, but every time that he does play, he's giving his absolute best. Now, why should we be so quick to oust the player who's giving his heart for this club? He's giving his heart, he's giving everything. And I know a lot of you guys are watching the Champions League final. It was Timo Werner who created that chance. How did he create that chance? His speed, his goal threat, lured the defender away and opened up the space for Kai Havertz. And boom, Mason Mount found the pass. And there, Chelsea 1-0. Second trophy. It's the same blonde player, the blonde striker. I see him as a little bit of Fernando Torres, you know. He's not been so good, but this man, he's giving everything. And I absolutely would hate it if I see this man leave Chelsea, because I'm telling you guys, apart from ability, apart from skill, and let's not forget the manager's philosophy, um, it's not easy to find strikers who have the heart. And yes, this man is lacking in finishing. Yes, but he has the heart. Look at Morata, how he was sulking. Look at Lukaku, how he was sulking. Timo Werner doesn't sulk. He's got no time to sulk. He goes there. He does his job. He earns his paycheck. For me, he earns his paycheck because players like Lukaku are toxic. I'm sorry, players like Lukaku are toxic, and players like Batshuayi, I don't know what's wrong with Batshuayi. Maybe he is bewitched or something. Maybe this guy is bewitched. I don't know. Maybe he needs a prayer. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, for me, let's let go of Batshuayi. Bring in Ronaldo. Why are we not getting in Ronaldo? This man scores goals for a living. He scores goals for a living. He needs a team that dominates games, and that's Chelsea. If you look at Real Madrid and if you look at how Chelsea play, we dominate games. Both teams have lion's share of possession, but the difference is that at Real Madrid, which had Ronaldo, would provide for Ronaldo in the sense that after dominating the game, Ronaldo would find a chance somewhere around the box, whether it's from the flanks, whether it's inside the box, wherever, but they will get those chances in. But now, we don't have a clinical player. We don't have a player who can shoot them from range. It's only Ziyech, mind you, who does that, and he wants to leave. We are dominating games just like Real Madrid. You know what I mean? That's why you can see Real Madrid was able to beat us, and we were also able to beat Real Madrid because we play a similar fashion of football in terms of possession-based football. You know what I mean? So, to conclude, all I'm trying to say is that we have a top player who's available. It's time for Chelsea to beat our chest. You know what I mean? Beat our chest and say we want Ronaldo. Facts, man. We want Ronaldo. Let's get him in. If it's for one season, even if it's on loan, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's get these goals. Because I'm sure from the Udinese game, you guys saw how many chances we had. And I'm sure some of you guys must have said, if we had a more clinical player, these are going to be like 3-4 goals. And a player like Ronaldo will only improve Havertz, will only improve Armando Broja or Broja. He'll only improve the attackers because a person like Ronaldo has the understanding to say, hey, you, be there. I want you in that position. This is the time you cross. This is the time you cut in. I'll be here. Cross it like this. Do it like that. I like it like this. You know what I mean? He has that understanding because he's an experienced player. He knows what he wants. And these attackers of ours are young. You know what I mean? If we had Hazard in this team, together with Hudson Odoi, Mason Mount is going to improve. Hudson Odoi is going to improve. Ziyech is going to improve because these are senior figures who are showing the youth how to play the game. How to play the game. You see, Timo Werner, unfortunately, lacks only the clinicalness in front of goal, the finishing. But he is actually a good example of a professional, just like Giroud. Yes, they're missing in this and that. Giroud doesn't press, but Giroud scores goals. Giroud is absolutely professional. Whether he starts 1 in 10 games, he is the man that you can call upon to deliver a performance. Now, players like Lukaku, players like Batshuayi, they are lacking, I think, in critical aspects of the game. That makes me say we didn't lose Lukaku. He was never part of this team. Batshuayi has never been part of any team, unfortunately. So yeah, I went on a bit of a rant, but yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Tobago, we hear
Guys?
you. Yeah,
Okay,
we hear.
okay, yeah. Okay, now what is your thoughts, Nick, about Timo Werner leaving?
Yeah, look, Timo Werner, he's one of the fans' favorites, because his attitude is so good. Like, I forgot his name. He just mentioned. What's his name? Sorry. The
Torres,
guy.
Torres, Torres, Fernando Torres.
No, I mean the guy speaking just now on the
Taskaji.
say again.
Taskaji.
Cathology, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right about Werner. He's a professional. His attitude is correct. Everything is good about him, and that's why the fans sing his name all the time. But the problem is we bought Timo Werner to get us goals. That's why we bought Timo Werner, because he had that reputation of scoring in goals, and he hasn't done it. You know, I know Tuchel's system is very awkward for some players. They can't, play in that system. They can't produce the goals they should. But as we know, Tuchel is very stubborn. He ain't going to change that system. That's the problem. That's one of the problems. He wants. He's obsessed with the back three. That won't change. And let's see what happens. But I do trust Tuchel. I'm going to back him all the time. So we see what he does end of the season. And Timo Werner, yeah, I don't want him gone. I want him to get another chance. Maybe this will be his last chance. He has to start scoring. It's not just being fast. That's not. If the football's more about running than you have to put the ball in the net. You have to make good chances. It's not just about running. We have runners in the team. It's not about that. So I love Timo Werner. I hope he stays. But it looks like even Tuchel said he doesn't want him to go anywhere, but he could go out on loan. That's a possibility. And if we do sell him, it's going to be like a buyback clause for him. Let's see what happens. But going to Batshuayi, yeah, I agree absolutely. He hasn't done it. We give him every manager gave him a chance. He can't produce it. Yeah, he scores some very important goals. He won us the league not long ago, under Jose, and but he's like Alonso. He can have one good game and 10 bad. That's why. You saw it with Crystal Palace. He couldn't even get, in the first team he was a sub most of the time, and when he came on, he had chances, but he misses more than he scores, and that's the problem with Batshuayi. It's time for him to go. He has to go. Plus a lot of other players. If we don't get rid of these players, like Barkley, Bakayoko, he hasn't even got Batshuayi and the rest. I know, they're on big wages, these players. Even Barkley's on 100 a week, 100 grand a week. So Indian Bowley has to lose money. Then because of the ball going with the wages they're on. That's the problem with Chelsea. The wages are ridiculous. Look at Manchester City. They play big top players and they're getting 60, 65,000 a week. While our players are getting 100, 200, 300,000 a week. That's the problem at Chelsea. And and Bowley's inherited the problem. It's up to him to get rid of that. I trust him, Bowley. I like what he's been saying. And even the fans are against Bowley suddenly. And you have to give him time. He just come in. He needs time to get his people in, the right people in. Sporting director, you can't just get a top sporting director, in a few months. It takes time. And that's why everything's gone wrong with the transfers, because Bowley, he's not a negotiator and he's not a football director. That's why we wanted Marina to stay for this transfer window, but she left. So we have to give it time. I'm still optimistic. I won't come down from what I said originally. We will get closer to City and Liverpool. We're not going to win the league next year, but we have to win it the following. Otherwise, Tuchel will be gone. Yes, and I said Batshuayi, Timo Werner, and who else you were speaking about?
No, there's two of them. But again,
Yeah,
Nick, you,
yeah,
you mentioned look, you mentioned something about Tuchel's system. every time Tuchel plays a back four, we concede 3 or 4 goals. So that's why it's going back to the 3-4-3 system or three at the back system,
I
because
know.
every time every time we shift that system, we concede a lot of goals, and it's embarrassing for a club like Chelsea to concede a lot of goals. So we
Uh,
rather play safe. I can understand him why he's doing that, because like he doesn't have players that will fit to what he want to implement at the club. All I'm saying, like, let's give it time, and everything will change. And
yeah,
then
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you what you're saying. He hasn't got all the players he wants yet. But I'm waiting. Once he gets all the players he wants, then we can judge him. I'm not judging him now. I'm, I'm still very impressed with the players we have, because they're rubbish players. The top players we have at the club. The youngsters, the experienced ones, they're all top players. And look, I just want to mention Angolo Kanti. All the rubbish I heard on Twitter, oh, we have to sell him, sell him. But Kanti is the best in the world. You can't sell your best player in the team and in the world at his position. He still is. You see what he can do. He can't be a DM, but he's an up and down midfielder, up and down, and he plays for free. He shows he has he plays like when he's on form. You know it. He plays like there's 3 players playing, extra players in our team, and people are saying get rid of him. They should go and have I don't know. They should go and think about themselves because they're talking rubbish. Yeah.
Magnificent. What about you? What is your thoughts about Timo Werner potentially leaving us now?
Um, yeah, like thanks Gaji has said, Nick had said, I think I have a contrary opinion. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Nick said something which I think is important. For us to have a better team, we have to take out the bad players. To be frank with you, we've played a lot. We've paid a lot for these French players. Just being salaries without getting the value we want from the players. What I feel about this is slowing our transfer process. You know, we won't be able to sign big players if we can't get rid of the big players are on big wages. The likes of Ziyech, the likes of Werner, they are on big wages. Now it's difficult for us to sell these players because no team wants to match up with their wages, which is giving us a big problem in bringing in big players. We don't want to go bankrupt like Barcelona did. So we have to be careful in our new signings. If we don't get these players out, it will be a bit difficult for us to bring in better players, which we are suffering for now. I think we have to first address that issue. The likes of Werner, to me, Werner has done a lot, but is enough. Is enough. Werner has to be cut off the team. We have to actually speak to ourselves. This is the fact. Werner has to be cut off the team. He's got two seasons or what, and yet Werner can give us 10 goals as a striker. No, that's so bad. Even Pulisic scored more goals than Werner. No, it's totally unfair for that wage for that take home money every week. It's totally unfair to the team. Werner has to be cut short. The likes of Batshuayi has to go. I don't know why Batshuayi is still in our team. Batshuayi should have left a long time ago. I think this is Mariana's fault. She ought to have moved these Deadwood players. Baba Rahman, I don't know what he's doing in Chelsea. Drink water contract got I think it got expired before he left. All these so players. You can't see these kind of players in Liverpool, in Man City. We don't do business that way. For a team like Chelsea to be able to bring in new players, I think we have to get rid of these bad ones already. If we can't make way for these bad ones, then I don't see us bringing in a player because we're eventually gonna go bankruptcy. The first problem we should address: Batshuayi needs to leave, Werner needs to leave, Ziyech needs to leave. We need Chelsea is a big team. Chelsea is a very big team. We don't need mediocre players. We need players who can play. We need players who can score. When Guardiola got Ferran Torres, if I'm not wrong, when he says Ferran Torres is not playing the way he should play, we have to sell him. We have to sell him out. So we need to sell these deadwood players out. They are affecting the team. And for me, I think it's high time we call a spade a spade. Glimmer, Glimmer doesn't belong to the team yet. I think Glimmer needs to go more on loan. Lemon needs to go more on loan. And if we can't get a loan deal, we could sell him and put a buyback clause on him. We don't have to keep these players that we know right now they can't fit into the team. If you can't fit into Chelsea team, go on loan. If you can't get a loan, go out of the club. We don't need you. Chelsea is a big team. We don't need players who will be bringing the club down. We don't need that. And for Kante is like Nick has said, Kante is the world best defensive midfielder we can ever have. As he gets old, he's meant to be degrading, but I can see what he's trying to show us this season, that he's gonna come great this season. Kante is the kind of player we should keep around. If we can't find a good replacement for Kante, yes, yet I don't see why we should sell Kante. Kante needs to be in the team. It deserves a new contract, an improved contract, in fact. And for the likes of Batshuayi, it is high time Batshuayi leave. After this season, Batshuayi contract will be over, and that will be a loss on the club. The club paid most of his salary without doing nothing. I think that's a loss on the club. The club needs to find a solution to Batshuayi, find a solution to Ziyech, find a solution to Pulisic. I won't blame Tuku because Tuku has tried to work on this player a lot. Tuku tried to tweak. There was a time Tuku was playing Werner on the wing. He played Havertz up front. He thought Werner was still going to get better. At the same time, Werner wasn't getting better. Even when Tuku played four back and three up front, Werner wasn't still getting better. We don't need players like Werner anymore. No disrespect to Werner, but we need serious player who can come in and give us goals. A striker like Diego Costa who can give us 20 goals in the season, 19 goals in the season. Players like Didier Drogba who can give us.
Are you still there? Nick, can you hear me now?
I hear you. I think Addy's lost his connection.
Yeah, I think so because like I thought I lost mine. But again, I want us to move.
Addy has this problem all the time. Even on spaces, he does this. He's got to sort out his connection. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Let's move on to the kid that
Sorry,
we are about to sign, the
sorry.
goalkeeper
Can you hear
from
me?
USA.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, we hear you, Addy.
We can hear you now.
Sorry, please. Tibago, I've got a question for the host. If Tuku doesn't
Uh,
meet top four, doesn't hit the top four this season, would you
yes.
would you sack Tuku or you would keep Tuku?
No,
Thank
I'll
you.
keep him because
All right.
remember, all we need is as Chelsea fans is a project. We need to give a manager a chance. Let me say, 2 to 3 years a project in order to build his team. And I know it won't be simple. So we need to give him time to build his team so that he can challenge. But again, if you're going to sack him and bring another manager, we are not going to build because like look at Man City and Liverpool, they're able to challenge now because like they've gave a Pep and Klopp chances to build their own team. Now they can challenge, they can win trophies. So I think it's fair for Tuchel to give him a chance to build his team. Even Klopp at the first season, he didn't finish top four. He was there under top four, but they didn't sack him. They gave him a chance. So I feel like Tuchel deserves a chance, and then hopefully you can get a sporting director that he can get along with, so that they can get players that will fit into his system, rather than having a sporting director doesn't get along with him and then buying players that he thinks is right for him, rather than for our new coach. I mean, for Tuchel. What and then Tusky, what do you think about this question? Tusky, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
I hear you. Yeah. Um,
Okay, yeah,
Was
you
there a
can answer.
question?
Yes.
If Nick Blue can just repeat the question, because I'm struggling to hear Tebucho.
uh, yeah. Let me tell you. What do you? How long do you think Tuchel should get for with Chelsea? Uh, if Tuchel doesn't finish top four this coming season, would you give him another chance or would you sack him? That's the
Oh,
question.
thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tuchel. Yes. If we sack Tuchel because he doesn't get top four, mm, okay, let's look into this. I would want to sack Tuchel if he doesn't get top four. Uh, because first of all, if these rumors are to be believed that Tuchel rejected Ronaldo, then I think he does deserve the sack because we can go into the new season with Havertz, Sterling as strikers and Batshuayi. Like we can't go into the new season like that. Teams around us have strengthened. Man City has Haaland, Liverpool has Nunes, and their old players. Tottenham has Richarlison, yeah, and oh my gosh, let's don't even get me started on Arsenal. Arsenal is cooking. They've got Gabriel Jesus. We didn't get either one of these Brazilians for some reason. We let them go to a London team that doesn't have a Champions League. It's nah, no. Anyway, yeah, I would sack Tuchel if he doesn't get top four. But but and there's always a but. Where are we going to find a manager who believes in the youth like he does? I think apart from Lampard, who was tactically, uh, um, what can I say, tactically what challenged. Um, he was playing the youth. He was good at discovering the youth and utilizing them. Uh, a bit of a hit and miss in regards to Tamori. But yeah, some of the other things he got it right, like Reece James, like Mason Mount. Yeah, he definitely got that right. And bringing on Ben Chilwell, definitely got that right. But tactically, he's lacking. Now, in regards to top four, definitely. Um, I wouldn't sack him because where are we gonna find a manager who plays the youth like he does? Where are we gonna find a manager who plays the youth like he does? And Tuchel has been with us in hard times. But I think the mistake is us giving him control over this transfer window. Clearly, he doesn't want that job. He doesn't. He has his recommendations, and I think they should be heard. But I think he's stressed. I think Tuchel is stressed about how everything is going because he's thinking of the football, then he thinks of the negotiation, then he thinks of the football. I think he enjoyed being first and foremost a coach. When he came in, from PSG, he mentioned it. He said that, hey, listen, in PSG, I was more of an ambassador or something, an ambassador of football. Here, I can be a coach. And he wants to focus on the coaching. And yeah, let's give him that role again. And I think it was really premature to let, what's his name? Petr Cech leave, to let Marina Granovskaya leave. But that's a conversation for another day. Tuchel has to make his demands known. I believe that, but I still think that in cases whereby we all know that Ronaldo would score bags of goals, the club should totally veto his decision on not wanting him and get the player. And get the player. And if we get battered, like I know we're gonna get battered. I promise you, we're gonna get cooked. We are gonna get cooked this season. We're gonna finish five, six if we're lucky, because West Ham is there, mind you. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get cooked, guys. Like I'm telling you right here, right now. If we don't get what do you call Ronaldo in, or if Brozier doesn't have a miracle into a total beast, no Ronaldo or no miracle from Brozier, we are not getting anywhere near top four. And yeah, but I still wouldn't sack Tuchel because obviously it was Todd Boehly's decision to give him a say in the transfer ins and outs. So the manager is not always right, and we've proved that time and time and again by our policy of hiring and firing. It has always worked out for us. This is our club. We believe in being competitive. We believe in winning. This is a winning club. This is not a club about projects. This is not a club about after 4 or 5 years, after 2 3 seasons, after 2 3 windows. Look at Newcastle. Look at their signings. This They are also new owners. This is their first big window, big summer window, right? It should be their first. But look at their signings. Look at the quality of their signings. Todd Boyle has managed teams before. He owns, I think, 2 teams back in America. I think a baseball team and a basketball team. So, and he has always brought top talents for both teams respectively, even though it's 2 different sports. So I won't take it that I won't take it as like what can I say, an excuse on his part to give him a pass to say, oh no, he has no experience in this. No way, we cannot accept that. This is a winning club. This is a winning mentality. We cannot be turned into Arsenal overnight of projects of this, that, and the third. Tuchel got in. They told him exactly that hey, if you win, we give you a contract. If you don't, you get out of here. And that's it. I don't think we should change our philosophy. I don't think we should change the way the club is run. Yes, it's under new ownership, it's under new management, but the reason why Chelsea are successful is because of the old ways. And I'm not saying that the new ways are not great. Yes, it's good to sign Koulibaly, it's good to sign Sterling, fantastic. But sacking Tuchel will not all be his fault, is what is my takeaway. It's not all his fault in terms that you actually gave him a say in the decision that you know should be a club decision in terms of bringing a top player like Ronaldo, because revenue, boom, even if we're losing, we're getting these revenues in. We'll probably have enough revenue to do something marginally, marginally better in the market because of the revenue of the Ronaldo brand, what he brings to the brand. And yeah, let me cut that short.
Yeah, can I just come in 1 second? Because I have to mention something. I know you're going on about
Okay, no
Ronaldo,
problem.
but me, I understand why Tuchel doesn't want Ronaldo. Ronaldo, did you watch him carefully last season? Yes, he scored goals, but how many times did he cost United points? He's a one man player playing for his ego, and that's not Chelsea's way. All right, even Tuchel knows he can score goals. He will get goals, but that's not the only thing. The other thing is he will destroy Chelsea Football Club. That's what we don't want. And most fans, we don't want Ronaldo nowhere near Stamford Bridge. He's not the guy for Chelsea. I just want to say that.
But again, I want to say something about Ronaldo also. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Go
Yeah,
on.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can
we can
hear
hear you.
you. Yeah.
Okay, what I can say about Ronaldo, you saw what happened recently with his attitude not coming to Manchester United preseason, and then like what message is he giving the other players? For example, if we can take him at Chelsea and is going to give us the same thing. And we remember we had Lukaku last season who had issues. So for me personally, I don't think we need Ronaldo at this moment. Yes, we can say we need a striker, but again, Tuchel doesn't prefer as a number nine, a target man. He prefers wingers that will play as a first nine. So yes, Ronaldo is a good player. He's one of the greatest player in football. But again, at Chelsea, I don't think due to his ego, he'll fit to our play. So that's my say. And
Yeah, and
I don't
the
know
other thing,
about you.
Tobago, he's going to be 40 years old very soon. That's not the player you go and get. He was great, best in the world for how many years? Yes. But, Ronaldo, look at Oli Gonoshowska. What happened to him? He was the manager, but Ronaldo took over and made the club sack Showska. So do you want that? We don't need goals. If we don't get a trophy, I'd rather not get a trophy than bring Ronaldo in this club and destroy the whole club. That's what I want to
Eh,
say.
Another thing about Ronaldo is Manchester United are not gonna sell Ronaldo to us, except Ronaldo terminates his contract with Manchester United. Then he's a free agent. Then Chelsea can get him. Without that, Manchester United would never sell Ronaldo to us.
Yeah, that makes sense. But again, guys,
Well,
I don't want. Okay, Tusky can go.
oh, thanks. Yeah, guys. What you guys are saying is true. There's definitely a risk of that happening, instability in the dressing room and all that. Um, yeah, I acknowledge that, and good points, guys. But I'm looking at the market right now, and I'm looking at our current team. Do we sacrifice winning trophies and top four for the sake of um not getting Ronaldo? For me, I'd rather get Ronaldo because it's kind of a situation whereby you guys have to look at the market and say, who else are we gonna get in? Who else are we gonna get in? And I know this for a fact that if we don't get somebody in for the striker role, or if Amanda Brozier doesn't magically become superior, um, guys, we're gonna say that Tuchel is bad. Tuchel is doing this, but Tuchel is a human being, and you gotta know that if a human being is under pressure at times, he's gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna see the worst of Tuchel. You're gonna see him taking accountability because he doesn't want to put the pressure on his players. He's gonna be at the end of the at the short end of the stick, apparently. Guys, yes, Ronaldo has got his the thing, but look, I think players around him, they love him. They loved him at Real Madrid. And like I said, like between us and Real Madrid, we play a similar type of football in terms of controlling the game, dominating matches. I will still like to take Ronaldo, but yeah, you guys brought up some good points, and yeah, let's see how it pans out.
Yeah, yeah, guys. Like I want us to move on to this Lolina guy before closing up the stream. Like we haven't talked about him. And what is your thoughts about Chelsea about to sign a new talented goalkeeper? Uh, I'll start with okay, Magnificent. Oh, it's not here. Okay, Nick, can you can go?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it's for me. I prefer to keep Kepa, but Kepa needs first team action. So he could be going. If we can't keep Kepa, this what I heard, I haven't seen this goalkeeper, but he sounds good. He's a young talent, and yeah, I'm all for that. If Kepa goes, we need a backup. We need a number two. This young guy could be the answer. It could become good, like a lot of American goalkeepers in the past. who came to England, they proved themselves the best goalkeepers in the world, a lot of them. So, yeah, I'm all for that. But like I said, I prefer Kepa to stay. But it doesn't look likely. But I don't blame Kepa if he wants to go because, he needs to play. He wants to be in Spain's team for the World Cup. That's for sure. So you can't blame Kepa. He didn't get the chance. That's one thing I do blame Tuchel for is Kepa. Is what has he done to Kepa? He froze him out last season completely. Only when he needed him, he played him when Mendy went to the AFCON, and then he Kepa done well. If Kepa played in that semi-final at Stamford Bridge, we wouldn't have been out of the Champions League. We would have won the Champions League. That's what would have happened. Because Mendy, as you all know, he was having bad games, making big mistakes, but Tuchel persisted with him when he shouldn't have done. That's the biggest mistake for me, what Tuchel has done so far. But I still back him because, he's a great manager, one of the best. But, everyone makes mistakes, but, there were big mistakes for Kepa. And he should have played in that League Cup semi-final. You could see why we lost because he was so down. The guy that brought him on to save the penalties, but, when he had to shoot, take the penalty, I knew he's going to miss because his head wasn't there. And I don't blame him one bit. I blame Tuchel. Yeah.
But again, Nick, sometimes I can be hard on Tuchel saying like sometimes he need to play Kepa
No,
when Mendy's doing.
when you criticize Gaga, when something's wrong, any man, even Mourinho, sometimes I criticize. When they're wrong, you have to say the truth. He was wrong, persisting with with Mendy, when Mendy's head wasn't there. He was passing in the ball to the opposition. 4 or 5 games he was doing that, but he would have kept us there watching on the bench. No, you take Mendy out to get him thinking straight. That's all. I didn't say get rid of Mendy. He's our number one, but you put him on the bench to get his head straight. That's not a big
Yes, sir.
pass out. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Like, let me give
Facts.
others a chance because, like, I have I have 15 minutes, guys, and then I think we should wrap up after 15 minutes. And then also, if in the chat, make sure like you ask anyone question. We'll address your question as we're here. Like, I'll go with the Tusky. Tusky, what is your thought with the the new potential goalkeeper that we're going to get soon?
Yeah. Slonina or Gaga, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. No,
Slonina.
he's
Yes.
an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah, I've seen a few shots of him, and wow, what a player! Born in 2000, but he looks like he has been playing the game for quite some time now, and yeah, um, he looks like the player that Kepa was supposed to be. Unfortunately for Kepa, he's a good, fantastic goalkeeper, but I'm not sure if you guys have noticed. I just want to say one thing. Why Selena is better than Kappa? Kappa, when he was at Atletico, is it
Bilbao.
Atletico?
Bilbao.
Atletico Bilbao, right? Good.
Yes.
When he was Atletico Bilbao, Kepa used to come off his line a lot. Like he used to come off, he was by the edge of the 6 yard box, or he steps into the 18 area. You know what I mean? He would step out of the 6 yard box and he would make a save. He was doing a lot of closing down when he was at Atletico Bilbao. But now, when Kepa came to the Premier League, suddenly he's staying a lot more on his line. He's staying a lot more in the box. And because of his height, number one, and the length of his arms, it is a major disadvantage to him for him to play this way because he's now trying to play like Petr Cech. That type of play, it requires a player who's slightly taller, uh, longer arms. That's why you see that from shots from range just do Kappa absolute damage. There's absolutely overpowered. Not that he's not good, he is good. Fantastic reactions. You could say that better reactions than Mendy. Yeah, you could say that. But the thing is that the way he's playing inside his box. He's not taller. He doesn't have longer arms, so the reach is absolutely terrible. But you see, Selena, guys, mark my words. Selena, the guy is fantastic because number one, he's taller. He's got a longer reach, which is number two. So the types of saves that he's making are absolutely this like almost identical. You could say 80% identical to the saves that Kappa makes. These goalkeepers, they do not handle the ball. They can't like catch the ball well, right? So they have to the main aim, or what, let me say that how they deal with that is that they try to punch it out. They try to punch it out, right? And we've had a lot of successful goalkeepers who do that. Like, remember Ike Casillas? Like, I'm sure I just butchered his name, but yeah, the Real Madrid former player, right? Casillas, right? I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. Anyway, yeah. Um, this guy, he's taller. I can definitely see him after Mendy makes a few mistakes. He is definitely our future number one. He's a fantastic signing, and I hope he doesn't get loaned back to Chicago. This guy deserves. He deserves to play for Chelsea. I'm telling you because look at the record in MLS. The record of the number of clean sheets in a season is 17. And this guy, born in 2000, has got 10 clean sheets with 11 games to go. 10 clean sheets for such a young player. Like, wow, guys. 10 clean sheets. 10 clean sheets, and he plays on his line. He doesn't come out like Kepa because what his reflexes, they're faster. His arms look lighter. So basically, what can we say, that maybe that's contributing to speed? Perhaps, but he's faster. He's taller. He's got a longer reach in his arms. So for Kepa, in Selena, we're gonna see that he's basically the better Kappa. But I'm telling you right now, if we allowed Kappa to play the same way, or better yet, get better goalkeeping coaches that or will sweeper keeper, you're gonna aggressive goalkeepers. What can I say? Attacking goalkeepers, sweeper keepers, attacking goalkeepers. And I'm not sure what term I can give them, but basically, not this type of coaches who train Petr Cech to say, "Listen, stay in your box, do this, do that." But goalkeepers would say, goalkeeping coaches would say, "Listen, come off your line, close down, improve like this, do like that." Yeah, I don't think we have that for him at Stamford Bridge, which is why we should take note that when Liverpool bought Allison, they actually got a new goalkeeping coach. Yep, they got a new goalkeeping coach because Allison is more attacking, he's more advancing, right? And they actually got somebody to help him in his game and doing all that. All of that, he doesn't come out all the time, but he, what can I say? He's got very, very good decision making. He knows what he has to do. But all I'm saying that the profile of the goalkeeper that he is and the goalkeeping coaching staff that were present at Liverpool were not tied in together. So they got a new one who complements his style and ease him into the player that we're seeing today, and that was not afforded to Kepa Arrizabalaga. Yeah. And before I tap out of this joint, Tabuko, could you send me like the names, like Nick Blue and uh our man here who has been speaking, what's his name? Magnificent. Yeah, because I'm about to like tap out right now. I gotta go do some work, but I'll definitely like their Twitter handles so that we can all follow each other. And yeah, it's been great talking to you guys.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your input and also making time to be here. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you in the next streams.
For sure, man. Just DM me the Nick Blues Twitter handle. Magnificent's Twitter handle. And yeah, we should do this again.
Okay, thanks you. I'll do that as soon as I'm done here. And
Cheers,
again,
Mag.
Magnificent, what is your thoughts about the new goalkeeper that we're about to sign?
Yeah, I think it's a great development. When I heard the news, I think it was from last season, where we had our
Yes.
scout looking into him. I went there, I went back to check some of his videos, and I'm like, OMG, Mendy has got a run for his money. We've got a new challenger for that position. The guy is great. He's tall. He's young. His reflexes are so incredible. I saw one of his game where I saw him undo a good 1v1 situation, and it was awesome. I think it's a good development. This is what the likes of Liverpool and Man City are currently doing. They make plans, future plans for other players, for other positions. As you can see what they did with this guy Rodri. They got Phillips for Rodri. They are making futuristic decision. That is what a good team is all about. You have to look on the brighter side of the team. You have to look at what the team might be needing in a couple of years time. If necessarily not now, but in 2 3 years time, you have to look at the team and the confidence in the team and what can improve the team. I think that is one of the best decision the board is gonna make, signing this goalkeeper. I just like the fact that he's charismatic. He's good on 1v1. What happened with Kepa was, I think Kepa lost his confidence because when Kepa came in the team, Kepa was good for a couple of games. It was so great. Everybody kept talking about him. Kepa this, Kepa that. After a couple of matches, he lost his confidence. To be honest, and I think there was a time they needed to change the goalkeeper trainer. That was why Peter Cech was brought up, to see if they could change Kepa's position. I think what happened to Kepa was just loss of confidence. It was too much. He lost his form, and it got to a point whereby he was scared to be at the goal post. It got to a stage you could see him panicking anytime they are about to play set pieces. You could see him panicking. We were conceding much goals through set pieces, free kicks, and corner kick. And then we are having defensive issues. During, I think, was it Lampard time, we are having much defensive issues, even with Sarri. All corners were goals. Most of those corners were converted into goals during that time. The big guys weren't doing enough of the job. After John Terry left, we felt the heat. Kepa was just a candidate then. But I believe
I think
along
I
the way.
lost you again. Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
can hear you. Tobago, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Nick,
Yeah, I hear you, Tobago. I hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Nick, are you
I,
still there?
yeah, I'm here.
I'm hearing you. Nick, can you hear me? Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you as well. I hear all
I
of you.
think Tobacco is having issues with his
Yeah,
network, with his
Tobago, I think you
connection.
have, let me text him on the.
I
All
can
right.
hear you now.
Oh, you
All
can.
right. All right. All
Yeah,
right. All
I've
right.
been here all through the stream. I have no problems. I've been hearing everyone very clear, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a strong
Okay.
connection.
yeah.
All right.
That's my connection is very good today.
Uh,
Yeah,
Okay,
lucky.
but guys, overall, I would like to say thank you for making time to be here, and then we'll finish everything we've been saying about talking about at your stream later on, because like I need to
yeah,
wrap it up now so that I can do other things so that I can make time for your stream.
Yeah. Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yes, and
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate I appreciate it, guys, and then also I'd like to thank everyone that made time to be here. Coach, Fahim, Chi, Nick Blue, Magnificent, Tasky, and then guys, make sure you share the link to everyone so that they can know about this channel. And also make sure you subscribe to the Nick Blue and Magnificent channel, and then I'll try to retweet it on Twitter so that people can be aware of it. And then we're going to stream. We're going to talk about Chelsea, guys. Thank you. It's been a good stream. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.